I'm writing a book about running right now, and I was trying the other day, and I was sort of stuck on like how to describe a runner, running through a hailstorm. And I was trying to use ChatGPT to help me come up with like better metaphors and better ways to do it. I was trying to get them to help me with a physical description of a runner that wasn't particularly good. And then I use it to, help me answer physiological questions that I'm trying to understand through the book. And right now, it's not good enough to help. Certainly can't write well enough. It writes, quite mediocre sentences. The physical descriptions aren't very good, but I don't think we're too far away from it being certainly helpful, right? It will help me come up with a metaphor for the runner and doing extra. So that's like personally one of the ways I'll incorporate. Then what I need to do in my organization is figure out, okay, what are the things where it replaces the stuff that the humans do? What are the things where it augments what the humans do, right? It'll make us be able to write code more quickly, which does that mean I need fewer developers or more developers? Should each developer be more efficient, right? It will be, our branded content studio is the area where a whole bunch of the editorial work could be, changed directly by these bots fairly quickly, right? They're not gonna be able to go in and like report a long narrative story the way the editorial side does. But if the mandate for the Atlantic is, create 1,000 words about innovation at Deloitte, that's a lot easier for a chatbot to do. They can't do it quite as well as we can do it, but they can certainly help get us started. So does that mean we're going to be able to produce much more branded content? Does that mean actually Deloitte's going to do their branded content in-house? I don't know. And then third part of it is I have to figure out how to incorporate it into our products. So what we're looking at right now is how do we incorporate it into our archive search? So wouldn't it be better if you went to the Atlantic archives and instead of, just typing in like Mark Twain and spit out all the stories that were written in a magazine by Mark Twain, you say, show me something that's representative of the Atlantic's coverage of the rise of the German Reich in the 1930s, and it like can talk to you about it and show you and pull out examples and tell you things from the archive. You could have an amazing product. The other thing I'm doing is I have this startup that I co-founded called Narwhal, and the idea of Narwhal is to create positive conversations online, figure out the mechanics of what makes people talk to each other and understand each other. How do you get people who disagree to at least see each other's points of view? And, we're going slowly. We've only invited a couple hundred people into the prototype. It's a team of just 4 or 5 people. But we've realized that ChatGPT or our integrations with it can be a huge part of it. So right now, we've built a tool where you can have a conversation with 8 people and our bot will summarize it. And it's great, right? And it summarizes in real time. So if somebody adds a new thought, the bot will summarize. And it's a little bit like a good host at a dinner party. You show up, right? If our bot were summarizing this conversation, it would say, Nick and Charles are talking, Charles is in Toronto, Nick's in New York, and summarize what we're doing. Nick is very excited about OpenAI, but worried about jobs. So we do that. And then the thing we're building now is where we're integrating it with Google News. And so every day we have a question bot that kind of reads the news and then proposes topics for our users to debate. We haven't put this on the product yet, but it's able to, read news stories and find things that our user base will have fun debating. So we're going to integrate that fairly soon. So we're building all these very cool AI integrations into the platform we're constructing.